You're not alone. If you need someone to talk to today, please contact Crisis Services Canada by either calling them at 1-833-456-4566 all hours of the day, or you can text them at 45645 at 4 p.m. to 12 a.m. Eastern Time. Remember, you're not alone, and Crisis Services Canada is here to help. Good morning and welcome to this edition of Coffee with Graeme on ASTV Productions. I'm your host, Graeme Forsyth. Today's episode is brought to you by Anada, Fabricland, Winkler, and Evolve Green. In today's episode, we're introducing a new segment to Coffee with Graeme on our Tuesday editions of the show. It's going to be called University Commits, and in University Commits, it's going to be what the name entitles. It's going to be me talking to hockey players from around Canada that have committed to universities, and I'm going to be sitting down with number 16 of the Pilot Mound Hockey Academy U18 female prep program today, number 16, Savannah Doak. And Savannah has played for Pilot Mound for the past 3 seasons, and she committed to Assiniboine Community College for the fall of this year. I'm going to have a chance to talk to Savannah in today's edition of the show about what it's been like playing for Pilot Mound throughout the past 3 seasons, as well as her commitment to ACC. So sit back, relax, grab a cup of joe, or whatever you guys bring to enjoy Coffee with Graeme with you. I'll be sitting down now with number 16 of Pilot Mound Hockey Academy, Savannah Doak, on this edition of Coffee with Graeme. Joining me now is number 16 of the Pilot Mound Hockey Academy Buffalo's U18 female prep team, Savannah Doak, on the first ever edition of the University Commit segment here on Coffee with Graeme. And Savannah, you committed to Assiniboine Community College for the fall of 2021. It was announced on Pilot Mound's Facebook on March 25th. So as time has passed, I feel like you're getting more and more excited now, knowing that you're going to be a Cougar come this fall.
Yeah, it's definitely exciting, a little bit scary, kind of getting older.
Yeah, for sure. And, it's great that you're going to have a chance to go to a fantastic program, a program that's been building into a power. I mean, they're a program that ended up winning the national championship back in 2018-19. They went undefeated in their season 2019-2020, just along with the reasons that you said in the article put out by Pilot Mound Hockey Academy. Is that one of the reasons, just knowing that this team has been so successful, as to why you decided to commit there?
One of the reasons of them being successful was kind of why I went there, but I more went there kind of for school-wise. It just works out better for me because I'm going to attend college there for 2 years, and then I'm going to transfer to the University of Manitoba, and I'm going to major in business finance. So it kind of worked out a little bit better for school-wise.
Yeah, that's awesome. And of course, like you said, you're going to be taking business administration with a focus on finances. Is that always been a goal of yours when you get to university to go into something like that?
I've always wanted to go into business, but just this past year, I decided I want to major in finance.
Oh, that's awesome. What kind of shifted your intent to go into finance through this past year?
My dad, he has a huge impact on him. He's a really big businessman.
That's great. And I'm sure that he's been a huge influence throughout your hockey career as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. That's awesome. And, with you going to Pilot Mound Hockey Academy, of course, it's not just the hockey aspect, it's the schooling aspect. How do you think that Pilot Mound Pilot Mound Academy, the hockey academy, is going to prepare you well to take that next step in your academic life?
Well, kind of like where I went to school before in the pod, they don't have the best education-wise, I'd say. So kind of going to Pilot Mountain was a little bit of a challenge, and I kind of had to like step up my education level, and the teachers there are very helpful and prepare you very well, along with like the coaches, like the people around the dorms who just help you like with your homework and stuff. But understand everybody's very helpful there. Like it does really prepare you for school wise and even hockey. You always have to have your schoolwork done or you can't proceed with hockey, which I think is like a very good lesson for you to, work towards so you can play hockey.
Yeah, for sure. And for you, I mean, you've been a member of honor roll since seventh grade, just from what I've read up, all the way into your graduating year. And you've also had a chance to volunteer as well at the local canteen, selling tickets and working the bingo. Just can you speak about just your experiences of just volunteering and stuff? Is that kind of something that you picked up along the way, or is it something that you've always liked to do, just helping them out and stuff like that?
Well, my grandma kind of runs the bingo down here in the paw, and she's always looking for people to volunteer kind of like in the canteen or walk around and sell tickets and stuff. She always needs help. So, for a while, I'd say since maybe I was like 12, 13, I've always like just volunteered trying to help her the best I could. So, it's always
And
been interest.
yeah. Yeah, that's great. That's awesome. And just hearing about you being on the honor roll since seventh grade, obviously you're smart off the ice, but I'm assuming that that also carries into your IQ on the ice. Can you speak about just how your hockey IQ has developed throughout the years of playing with Pilot Mound?
When I first came to Pilot Mound, I wouldn't say I was like a very outstanding player. I definitely needed a lot of help, so I was very fortunate for them to take me in. And through these past 3 years, like I understand hockey so much better. I have so much hockey sense on where to go when the puck is here, the puck is over there. It's just like Pilot Mound is just being on the ice every single day, developing you, them coaching you every single day, putting in your head where to be, what plays to make, where to go, everything. It's just developed me a lot.
And throughout your time being at Pilot Mound, have you guys had a chance to look at game film at all?
Yeah, not so much this year, obviously,
Yeah.
because,
Yeah.
COVID. But the 2 years before this, we actually did look at our past gameplay, kind of see what mistakes you did. The coach would stop the video, show you what you should have done or some other options that were possible. So, yeah.
That's awesome, man. How has that helped you throughout the years? Just getting a different perspective of just getting to watch yourself from just a video standpoint.
Well, it's very helpful because sometimes when you're on the ice, like you think you're doing the right thing going this way, and you can't see every single thing around you where you could have made a different play. Like you could have spun around, but you didn't know because you didn't look behind you or something. So it is very helpful looking at it from different views because you don't know as much room and space as you have sometimes.
Before we dive into more of the university stuff, let's dive into just your 3 years of playing Pilot Mountain hockey. It's been said that by your former coach, that your coach this year throughout your 3 years, and Brad Platt, that saying that you've turned into a more complete player. And just it seems like, you've had a chance to grow so much throughout your 3 years. Just take me back to that first year when you guys went 38, 24, 0-2 in 64 games. You played 62 games. You put up 2 goals, 10 assists, 12 points, and 22 penalty minutes. Just with that type of record and the success that your team had, lots of depth on that team in terms of scoring goals and putting up points. Could you speak about how that team was able to have so much success in your first season?
I think that team was able to have so much success because everybody got along for the most part during the season. Everyone liked to work together. Um, there wasn't that many, like, there wasn't any selfish people. Like, it was like pass the puck in the net. It wasn't like I'm gonna go all the way down the ice and do all the work myself, sort of
Yeah.
thing. Um, Myself wise, I was a first year, so obviously, you don't get the most playing time. You don't get, as much as the older girls do, but it was still like fun to be a part of a winning team and cheer on your teammates who were like, getting a lot of points, getting a lot of assists, stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure. It's great to know that you knew your role out there, and knowing that you're that first year player that you weren't going to get as much playing time as some of the players on the team. Can you speak about just what your role was when you were getting that ice time?
My role when I was getting that ice time is I'm more of a person who likes to like pressure people so, they mess up when they go to make a pass or something. I'm just like a very speedy player who likes to like, I guess, just chase people down, be in corners, just be there blocking passes and stuff like that. More of a gritty player.
And what was it like for you in that first season for when you were on the ice, just getting used to the competition in the CSSHL?
It was really different. Like a lot of these girls were super, super good from the hockey I played before. So like it was definitely a little bit of a challenge to like keep every up with everybody with the speed and the skill and everything. But I eventually got through it.
And how did that team end up doing in that first season in terms of you guys in playoffs?
Playoffs, we won all of our games except for the last one. We didn't do very well. We got a lot of penalties, made some silly plays. We're a little bit tired and stuff like that. I mean, I think we really wanted to win. I don't really know what happened, but yeah.
So you guys ended up going all the way to the finals, if I'm understanding that correctly.
Yes, and then we ended up
Yeah,
losing the final game and getting second.
yeah, but second's not too bad, especially for you in your first ever season. Just what was that journey like of making it all the way to that championship game?
It felt really good. Just because like hockey, like from where I played before, like Manitoba has the AAA leagues and there's like
Yeah.
region and the Norman region never really does that great, it seems like. So going from a very low kind of area to a very like high winning team, it felt really good.
After your first season, just from what you took away from just your time of playing on the ice and just the things you did good, the things that you could have done better, just what was your focus on trying to boost your production and boost your game in that second season?
Um, well, um, honestly, I was just more trying to I want to like I was more trying to develop myself on more of my hockey sense and kind of my skating wise and stuff like that. I really wanted to get good to come back for my second year for the upcoming year.
Yeah, and just looking at that second season, of course, you guys end up going 15, 28, 3 and 2, which obviously wasn't as good as the first season when you guys ended up making it all the way to the finals, but obviously you guys lost some talent. And for you, you put up 4 goals, 2 assists, 6 points, 28 penalty minutes in 45 games. You got a boost in goal production, but I feel like for you in that second season, you became a much improved player in other aspects of your game. Can you just speak of the improvement that you saw in yourself in that second season?
The improvement I saw in myself is I thought I was a little bit more of like I wouldn't say totally carefree player, but like my first year I was very nervous all the time, very scared to mess up because I was like younger, right? Like you got the puck on your stick and you're holding your stick tight and you're nervous and scared. You don't know what to do with the puck. Where it's the second season, it was a little bit looser. I wouldn't say totally like, but I wanted the puck more. I wanted to skate with the puck more. I was open for passes, calling for passes more, just stuff like that.
And obviously, like you felt that you showed a lot of improvements in your all around game, and to just, of course, wanting the puck more, skating with the puck more. But the team struggled more, and I feel like that was due to you guys losing some talent. But can you speak about why you thought this team struggled like they did in your 2019-2020 season?
I thought we struggled a little bit more just because we had more of a younger team. Like my first year, like I said, there's a lot of senior girls. They've kind of been through midget that was their third year. Whereas like last year, we had a lot of grade 10, 11 players where, grade 11, you're just starting your second year, so you're finally used to more of the league. The grade 10s are just coming in, and there was only a few grade 12s. So I think it was just a younger team. But it was a good team. Like, we were good together. We were a great group of girls. We had a lot of fun. So,
For
yeah.
you with that, yeah, for sure. And it seems like, for you, I'm assuming that you matured a lot more from that first season to that second season. Can you speak about just how you were able to mature that much more as a player in your season last year compared to your first?
My first year, I'm not gonna lie, I mean, I knew I wasn't gonna get played that much, and it does make you upset a little bit, but at the end of the day, that happens and you just gotta accept it. Sometimes I'd call my parents and I'd be upset and I'd say, "Oh, I just wanna play. I'm not used to this. I want more ice time," but you can't I'm not gonna go to the coach and, complain. It's his team. It's just a part of hockey. It's a way of life. Whereas in the next year after, sometimes, some people didn't get played. Sometimes people did get played. It was pretty even ice time. And even for those people who didn't get played as much, I felt for them and I got it and I understood. You know, Sometimes I'd talk to them and I'd just tell them, like, hey, we all go through this. Uh, it's hard, but you will get through it. So I think I just more matured on more understanding the reason where I wasn't, upset trying to call my parents. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. And it's great that you were there for the teammates that were kind of in the spot you were in your first season. And I think that shows a lot about your character, which is great. And that's always a huge asset for any team when they're able to have a player with your character, for sure. It's going to be interesting to see what type of player this Assiniboine Community College team gets in the first season they have you, and this fall coming up. Let's just touch on this season briefly. Obviously, you guys only played 5 games. You went 1-4 in those games. In those 5 games, you put up only 1 assist. You had no penalty minutes. But could you just speak about just all the uncertainty and just of how this year went for you and the team?
This year the start was a little bit iffy. I don't think we really connected and found our game in time for the whole 5 games we played. Our fifth game, we really connected and we played a good game together. So I think that our team was gonna do really good this year. Like, I think we had a good group of girls, but we just, our season got cut off because, like, our fifth game was really good. Everyone was playing well together, passing the puck together. Whereas the first 4 games, we were still trying to learn how each other plays, try to play with each other, trying to figure out lines, all that sort of stuff.
And just knowing that this was your last season with the Pilot Mound Buffaloes, just looking back at the 3 years you had with them, of course, just 2 full seasons, and then, of course, a season this year that got cut short. Just could you speak about just what this Pilot Mound Hockey Academy program did for you and your hockey development?
This program, it was a little scary moving away at first, even though, like, I live in Manitoba, but it helped me develop a lot as a person, mature, and school-wise, hockey-wise. Like, hockey-wise, if I wouldn't have came here, I probably wouldn't be the player I am today, to be honest with you, because if I would have went anywhere else, I wouldn't have been on the ice as much. the coaches are really, really good. They understand the game well. So I don't think I'd be the player I was today. They matured me, like, just as a person, kind of. You don't live on your own, but you kind of do. You have to start doing your own laundry, taking care of yourself. So it kind of gets you ready for when you're ready to move on for college or university, and even school wise. Like, they are always doing study hall, making sure your homework's done on time, everything like that. Like, that gets you really prepared for school, so you know that school comes first.
Back on this edition of Coffee with Graeme with Pilot Mound Buffalo's Hockey Academy U18 female prep forward, Savannah Doak. And I've just been talking to Savannah about her years of playing in Pilot Mound, and now we're going to just move back into, start talking more about her commitment to Assiniboine Community College. And you spoke about just why you chose the school. You spoke about just why you chose what you or wanted to go into in terms of your academics. Now we're going to move more into just the transition that you see just coming up, the challenge that this provides. Just you said that you see a great challenge in making this transition. Could you speak about just how excited you are to take on this challenge of just moving away from home and going to Brandon, Manitoba to play your next 2 years of hockey with the Cougars?
I'm definitely really, really excited. I'm really excited to meet new people in my classes and meet my new teammates and everything like that. I like meeting new people, making new friends and family members like that. So it's definitely a really exciting but a little bit scary experience for me.
It's been said that you attribute your leadership, your determination and leadership. Could you just speak about just how those things developed with Pilot Mound?
Um, Pilot Mound, when I first came to Pilot Mound, like, I knew I wanted to play hockey, but I didn't realize how, like, kind of serious Pilot Mound was until I, like, started there. Like, yeah, I heard about it, but, obviously you didn't experience it yet. So I just kind of thought, oh, yeah, it's just like hockey, you go practice, whatever. But their practices are, like, really, really intense, really, game surrounded sort of things. So just more like being determined, it made me like want to be determined to be like a good player. Like, I always like to like try my best 100% at what I'm doing. It made me really want to like be determined to develop into the player I am now, and like the leadership skills. I think I have leadership skills by my determination, like on how bad I want to do something or how good I do a drill, if I want to be determined to score, you know?
Yeah, for sure. And I feel like you said, you're excited to just meet new people and create new relationships with people. And I think that's going to be great. Have you had a chance to talk to any of the past players or any of the players that are on this team at this point?
Yeah, I've actually talked to a couple of girls who are new to the team this year, just asking about living situations and stuff like that, if anybody needs like a roommate or some stuff like that. So, yeah.
How much of a influence, just going to the coaches that you have with Pilot Mound and Brad Platt? You had a chance to be coached by Rod Collins this year as well, and just how have they influenced your decision to commit just to the school you wanted to commit throughout the commitment process?
Brad was a really, really big impact on my decision. Uh, I told him I think I want to go here, and he told me about the school because he, knows a lot about that area, knows a lot about the hockey and stuff. And he talked to me and he said, I think it would be a really good school for you. And he said he would talk to the coach, mention my name. Then I emailed him and we started talking. And yeah, so Brad had a huge, huge impact on me going there.
And just speaking about head coach Tony Bertone, he just spoke about you and said that you're a hardworking forward and you'll be an asset to this year's team, saying your versatility to play center or the wing is an added bonus to the Cougars. Just hearing words like that from a coach that you haven't even played a game with yet or haven't even practiced with yet, just how excited are you knowing that you got that type of praise from a coach like that?
When I first heard those words, it made me super, super happy. It made me feel like I'm going to be super welcomed when I come there for the first practice and everything like that. He seemed super nice and like a good, very good coach. So,
And could you speak about just the conversations you've been able to have with Coach Bertone?
um, uh, we had a conversation on the phone, a couple weeks before I signed. Uh, I couldn't get the best video footage for him, but he said the ones that I sent him, I looked very fast, very hardworking, and determined. And he talked about he liked how I looked like I was involved in the play a lot when I was on the ice and stuff like that. So we just morely talked about my play and how he liked how I played and then offered me a spot. But we emailed a couple times before that just for him asking about footage, stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure. That's great that you guys have obviously had those conversations, and it's awesome that you're gonna have a chance to play for Coach Tony Bertone and just going in making that jump from the CSSHL to university hockey. What do you think are going to be the things that you're going to need to improve on the most to be an effective player at that next level? Of course, you are on the smaller side of things, being 5'2", 138 pounds. But what are going to be the things that you're going to be looking on to improve the most heading into your first season with the Cougars?
I think I'm gonna have to improve more on, like I said, like I'm more of like a person who likes to, I say like more assistant wise person than a more of a goal scorer. So I think I want to more improve on just like me working towards, maybe not being a puck hog, but maybe if I see a chance, maybe taking more of those opportunities to, drive to the net and shoot or just stuff like that. I see a little more, stick handling, stuff like that, skill wise.
And of course, you are on the smaller side of things. Do you feel like, with your size, with the height and the weight you have, do you feel like that's something that you've kind of had to adapt to throughout the years of playing female hockey?
Um, not really,
No.
honestly. Like,
Yeah.
there's some, taller girls compared to me. You get hit sometimes, but you back up. Like, honestly, I hit tall people, they fall over too sometimes. I don't really find it a challenge. I think it's honestly an asset to me because,
Yeah.
having smaller legs makes you faster. So I
Yeah.
enjoy being my size and playing hockey.
Yeah, for sure. And hey, I wasn't the tallest player either. I was about 5'6", a buck 35. So I definitely know what it's like to be on that smaller side of things. But like you said, if you're able to utilize, certain skill sets to take advantage of that size, it's going to serve you very well. And it seems like it has served you well. Let's dive into just what type of player that this Cougars team is going to get in the defensive zone of the side of things in the D zone.
Um, well, on as a player now, I find sometimes I'm more of a defensive forward. Like if there's a D man who goes in, I find I'm usually the person who stays back or, you know, just I'm more kind of like to stay behind the play sometimes. I really enjoy playing offense, but defense, like I like back checking. like that's just something, if there's a player with the puck, I'm determined to go skate and get the puck from them. It's something I really enjoy because I have a lot of speed, so it's just fun to catch up to them, get the puck from them.
Yeah, 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 for sure. And it's great that you've been able to do that. You're kind of a sneaker forward out there, which is great too. Now let's move into just in terms of what your living quarters are going to be looking like. Have you decided what the living experience is going to be like for you come your time of just making that move out to Brandon?
Right now, I haven't purchased anything yet, but I'm looking at an apartment. My sister goes to school in Winnipeg a couple hours away, so if I super badly need anything, she's always kind of on the closer side of things. It's definitely going to be a little bit scary and lonely because I'm living by myself, but there are like people who I do know from Brandon, and I'm sure like my teammates all make friends and have them to come over, have a fun time with. So yeah.
Yeah. For sure. And just how excited are you going to be able to how excited are you to be able to get to bond with a new team? Of course, with Pilot Mound, you had players not only from Manitoba, but other players come and play as well. So you definitely had the experience to play with players from different places. Just how excited are you having that chance to start over again and make some new friendships and bond with this team?
I'm really excited. I'm a little bit shy at first before I like get to know people,
Yeah.
so I'm a little nervous, but it's definitely fun meeting new people, especially when you're from different areas, getting to know other people's, what do you call that? Kind of like their ways of life, I guess,
Yeah.
what they
Yeah.
do, their hobbies and stuff. So I'm definitely really excited.
Why go solar? Solar is better than ever. Our revolutionary design and inverter equipment with the latest in solar panel technology for the ultimate in-home and business security. That's right, I said security. Grid security and security of your home are linked. Fortify your future today with a battery backup system. No maintenance, quiet running. Did you know in Manitoba, grid-connected, off-grid, and battery backup systems are 100% right off in the year you purchase for any company or farm? Do you want to back up your internet, keep your tills running, and the lights on? We can install a system that is right for you with battery backup fully capable of taking on all those essential loads and keeping you running. When you call our experts at Evolve Green, ask about getting your free energy audit today. Call or email today to find out what system works best for you. 1-866-5EVOLVE or support@evolvegreen.ca. Also, be sure to check out our website at www.evolvegreen.ca.
Welcome back to Coffee with Graeme on ASTV Productions. Of course, you guys just watched the first ever installment of us doing university commits here on Coffee with Graeme. I want to thank number 16 of Pilot Mound Hockey Academy, Savannah Doak, for coming on and being the guest in today's episode. I want to thank you, the viewer, for tuning in today, and I also want to thank our sponsors, Anada Fabricland, Winkler, and Evolve Grain for sponsoring today's edition of the show. And as for when I'll be back on the network, well, we're coming to you again on Thursday at 10 a.m. Central Daylight Time for a new Manitoba-based Thursday lineup of Coffee with Graeme. It's not just going to consist of MFHL now on Thursdays, but we're also going to have some MJBL. We're going to have some senior baseball as well as some softball too. So be excited, be pumped, get ready for Thursday's edition of the show on ASTV Productions on Facebook, or on our website at astvproductions.com is where you can watch it. And until Thursday, folks, I've been your host, Graeme Forsyth. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Stay safe out there. And until 2 days from now, I'll see you then.